Last class we have learned about form one of the type of the GD&T, that is form, that is straightness, flatness, circularity and cylindricity. In this session we are going to learn about second type of GD&T, that is profile, means profile of a line and profile of a surface with datum. What is datum and what will be in datum we are going to learn in this session.
Datum means at a certain point or a location or a plane in a figure, in a feature, will be at that point a tolerance will be applicable. That is known as datum. For entire part it will be applicable. Except straightness, flatness, circularity and cylindricity, which I have did in last session, which I have did for that features, for that, except that symbols, for all the symbols in GD&T, the datum concept will be applicable. Now we will see at which points that datum will be applicable. On a surface, on a rectangular, you can see here, on a rectangular surface or on a rectangular object, on a rectangular surface, means at any point, means L into B into H, at that time at that point, means it may be length into breadth into height, the datum will be, or the tolerance will be applicable. Means you have seen at here at that point. Next, on axis, on the axis at which you can say, if we can take a diameter at the center axis of a feature, or at a certain axis of a feature, at the certain axis of a feature, datum or tolerance will be applicable. Whole basis, it may be acts on, if we take a rectangular block, in that rectangular block there is a hole of 10 mm, means at that point also the datum can be applicable. Datum means if a datum is only for our related features, means it may be for assembly features. To get assembly of parts, at that time datum will be applicable. This is about datum. And now we will move on to profile of a line, which is one of the type of a tolerance in GD&T. Profile of a line means profile of a line describes a tolerance zone around any line in any feature, usually of a curved shape. It will be in a curved shape. Profile of a line is a 2D tolerance ranging, can be applicable to linear tolerance. If it is called out of a surface, like called out on a surface like a radius on a part, profile of a line would be much of a cross section of a true curved radius. Profile of a line is used on the advanced curved surface as when features are in multiple axes. Commonly it will, profile of a line will be used on aeroplane wing cross section, wing of a cross section, hood of a car, hood of a car, or a multiple measurements. For a multiple measurements, a profile of a line will be used. Profile of a line, you can see here profile of a line example. I have given a profile of a line, means in this surface in this surface only a red color marked is at that point or at that line only profile of a line. If you can see here a symbol, you can see here a uni symbol. This If this symbol is there, that means at that point only tolerance will be applicable. Means profile of a line and the profile of a surface will be act for one. It may be act for one feature only. It may be applicable. That's why we should see the symbol. And we should decide whether it is a profile of a line tolerance or a profile of a surface tolerance. Next we will move on to profile of a surface. Profile of a surface means profile of a line will be for 2D. For a 2D drawing, profile of a line will be applicable, but profile of a surface will be a 3D tolerance. It may be curved. It may be curved on a surface, or like a fillet, like a welded part, or an entire surface with a radius having a certain range. It may be applicable. Usually when a surface of a profile is required, there are no tolerance on the dimension that describes the surface, and GD&T is called out for acceptable range. Profile of a surface can be used for advanced curved surface, where a surface of a curve is in a multiple axis. Multiple axis means in automotive we can use there will be multiple axes. At that time profile of a surface will be applicable. In complex surface designing or complex surface design, this profile of a surface will be applicable. You can see here a symbol. If this symbol is there, means then it will be applicable for whole surface. For whole surface it will be applicable. If a symbol is like this, then it is only applicable for single line. But if a symbol is there, if a complete symbol is there, then it will be applicable for whole surface. That means within that range of tolerance, dimension is there, then the part will be usable. This is about profile of a line and profile of a surface. In this session we have learned about profile type, and in upcoming session we are going to learn about other types. I hope you like this video.